What's up, everybody? Looks like we got one person. Not sure who's watching right now, but thank you very much. Just kind of having some fun. Decided to go live randomly here tonight. Getting everything all set up and ready to go. Usually we do not usually, but about twice a week we do a Tuesday night, and decided to go live tonight instead, just for the halibut. So thanks for joining us. Pretty stoked to be doing this, trying to make sure we get everything up and running accordingly. But what's up, B Shady? I was wondering who was in there, so I'm glad you said something because it doesn't show me who's actually watching or whatnot. But I had no intention of going live tonight. I had nothing that I was planning on doing. I just was recording some videos and then decided, you know what, I'm sitting out here. I might as well go live and have some fun, see if anybody else is doing something. I know there's a couple other big streams going on right now, but figured they wouldn't mind because I'm not really going to compete with Neve's Knives or Bees Blades or anything like that. But just thought I'd have fun. I am actually just celebrated my 34th birthday, so I'm actually looking for a knife to buy because I got some birthday money. I was excited. Let's see. I was looking at love my Spartan Harsey so much that I was looking at getting a 3.25 inch Harsey to kind of go with this 4-inch Harsey that I got right here. I really, really like this knife. It's just big. What's up, Stevie? Stevie, are you still in Alaska? Or are you back in the Pacific Northwest? I was just telling B Shady that this is a random live. I really didn't plan on doing this tonight, so I don't have much to talk about. I was recording some videos in the garage, and then I was like, you know what? Heck, I'll go live tonight. I've got a Celsius energy drink. Tonight I've got a strawberry watermelon edition. Alaska till tomorrow. All right. Strawberry watermelon Celsius. So I figured I'll stay awake and just celebrated my birthday. Well, I didn't celebrate it, but my birthday was on Sunday. So I got some birthday money. So I've been looking for a knife to buy. So I thought I would kind of search and look for a knife to buy with all y'all's. Anyone who wants to jump in and watch me search for a knife to buy. I've been hunting through Blade Binge, trying to find a good knife because I really like. I've had some really good luck on Blade Binge finding good stuff. Thanks, B Shady. Thanks, Stevie. Yeah, it's my 34th birthday. So, and I feel like I'm 50. What's up, Takar? I'm jumping over to Blade Binge and let's see if I can find something to buy. Oh, that's kind of a cool pena. That is not a typical pena. That's not a pena. That's a pena? Dang. It's not a front flipper. Like that. When I think of pena, I think of front flippers. There's no way. I want to know how old this is. The mini diesel from Pena. It's got a compound grind on it. It's got a thumb stud and flippers. Has anybody ever seen this before? What's up, budget guy? I have never seen this Pena before, and yeah. You know what? The Kaimano is actually on my list. So I really hope my wife's not watching this live stream. I'm gonna get two knives for my birthday. One of them is the Kaimano. My dad, my biological father, sent me some money for my birthday, and I'm 34, and he still sent me money, and I was happy to have it. And I know there's plenty of other things that I could probably spend that money on right now, but I want to indulge and get myself a knife, and so I'm gonna split what he sent me and get a Kaimano, and then get something else. And so I've been looking at a couple different things, but yeah. Todd Carr, I don't know if I said hi. What's up? How you doing? B Shady's in here. We got said Stevie in here. We got Budget Guy in here. Says there's 8, but I only see 4 people talking. Don't be a creeper. Say hello. It's so much weirder when you creep and there's only 8 people. I'm just saying it because it's such a small group. When there's like 100, you can creep all night and nobody says or thinks anything of it. But when there's only 8 of you, it's definitely easier to know that there's someone creeping because there's 4 people talking and only 8 people in here. So we know when the creepers are near. We're just saying that. So I don't like this at all. I'm gonna look at it. I hate this big top hump on it. I'm not saying I hate Spyderco's because I've got 2 right over here, but this just looks way more pronounced than some other Spyderco's, and I don't like the aesthetics of it at all. Yeah, reveal yourselves, you creeper. Budget Guy, one of them might be your mom. Why would your mom be creeping? What's up, Knife Nut? Give me a break. I just got home. I'm creeping. Just let me creep. You can creep all you want. I'm just throwing shade for no reason. This is a knife that I could definitely get behind. Oh man. Vanex Super Clean, Quiet Carry 9. This is a really nice knife. I'm wondering if it's in my price range. It's probably not. It's close. $335. Oh, could I justify it? Probably not. I'd get in trouble for that one. Man, it's so nice. The milling on that is so sweet. And you know, this one actually looks like it has. No, it's just a single. Never mind. I was gonna say it looks like it had almost like a crosshatch milling to it, so it would be like diamond stud milling, but it's just single. It's just single on there. It's not double by any means. So for a second, I read Stevie's comment and it said knife nut busted, but I saw just quickly busted knife nut and it just looked like something else. And I just started laughing on the inside, but y'all could probably understand what I thought Stevie said there about knife nut busted. Oh, yeah. No, no. Oh, oh, dang. Oh, 550. Oh man. Okay, I have oh, ooh, ooh. I have this exact oh, this is really bad. Okay, I might buy that Zon right now. That Zon, I might get that thing. Oh no, I have Steve Clare's Zon. Actually, I just gave Steve Clare his Zon back to him, and I told him if you ever want to sell it, I'd take it off your hands for sure. Oh man, oh, I want that thing so bad. Okay, I'm gonna stop showing it because I don't want anyone else to look at it. If any one of you buys this right now, I will not. I will be not hurt at all. But you will have snuck in there and got it from me. If that thing's still available at the end of this live, I will be purchasing that. That is going to that's my birthday knife right there. That's perfect. I'm so excited. It's the same as Steve Zahn. Yes, Stevie. It's the same as Steve Zahn. Same blade shape, same blade material, everything. That one's got the papers to it and all that stuff. So whew, Man, I want that thing. Oh, it's so nice. I will definitely, when this live is over, I'm gonna be picking up that Zon, if it's still available. That's happening. It is the exact same as Steve's Zon. Mind of Milton, did you get 1K? Someone just said congrats on the 1K. Awesome. Nicely done, Mind of Milton. Well done, dude. Congrats. That's awesome, dude. That was my exact response, Stevie, as you just saw when it popped up. Man, oh, I want that Zon so bad. And then I don't even want to look at other knives now. Now it just feels pointless to look at other things. It's just it's so beautiful. Ooh. Kept in a knife case, comes with box and paperwork, brand new. Zon for $550. It's $50 above table, but they don't come around very often. That's a knife that I would easily pay $550 for. And will at the end of this live stream. I'm half tempted to just like stop sharing my stuff, go in and get it right now. I don't want it to disappear. I want that knife. I want that knife so bad. And I'm scared it's going to be gone. I might do that. I might just stop sharing my screen and go in and buy it. I'm just going to talk about it forever and not actually do it, and then just trust that it'll be there when it's gone. You know what? That's what it'll be. If it's there at the end of this live stream, then it's meant for me to purchase it. If it's not there at the end of this live stream, then you know what? I'm just going to wait for Steve Clare to part with his, because he will eventually part with it. And I will just continue to let him know that I want to be the one to buy it. What's up, Jay? How you doing? Yes. Definitely did. Yep. That definitely happened for sure. Man, I also am trading a knife to someone in the community to get another. I'm trading a knife that I got for another person in the community to get a 3.25 inch Harsey, because I love this one so much, but this one's a little big to carry at my work. And when I pull it out, sometimes people are like, "Oh, that's a big knife. Why are you carrying that?" And so I'm going to get the smaller one. And I might even send it over to Just the Tip and have him do some anodization for it. I sent him my rock wall, and so he's doing some custom ano work on my rock wall right now. And then when I get that back, I might just send him the 3.25 Harsey and have him do some work there. So I'm excited for that. Is that brand new price for Spy 27 Mannix lightweight? I'm assuming you're talking about this. It's a like new inbox lightweight Mannix. So it's not brand new, but it's like new inbox. And yes, 140. That's not bad either. Spy 27 Mannix for 140. That's actually a really good price. I really like that answer, budget guy. Because it's comfortable. Damn it. Don't harsh my large hands. That's my answer. Because it feels good. I'm on the hunt for a 3.25. Probably try to snag one at Blade Show. Are you gonna try and go to Blade Atlanta and Salt Lake, or are you just doing Atlanta this year? I'm curious. I know there's a couple people who have all recently signed up for Atlanta and started getting they've got their tickets and they've started looking at some other, like their hotels and all that stuff and everything. But and I want to go to Blade Show. I don't know if I can get the time off for Atlanta because it's right in the middle of some busy season for us, but I'm definitely going to be going to Salt Lake again this year. It's looking like you will probably also be able to do Sweet. Awesome. I was going to talk to Steve Carr because I know he did Salt Lake last year and see if he wanted to do something similar this year. Maybe drive down together or something like that to pass the time. Because coming from up here, that'd be a lot easier to have a driving person with you rather than driving all by yourself. How is Alaska? Is it pretty brutal up there? Are you getting out in the cold, or are you just kind of spending time hanging around? What's up, Josh Worth? The 3.25 Plague Doctor. I just get the standard ones. The 3 Steves should road trip. And then we should have like filming each day, little bits at a time, make a quick video. It would be awesome. I want the 3.25. I get just the standard, and it's then have it anodized. I really like this. Was all just stonewash. I found out after I made my video that Just the Tip actually anode this hardware and these pieces and the clip and everything. He did all that anode as well too. It was just the stonewash, which turned out really, really nice. So I was kind of impressed. I mean, I was already impressed with some of the stuff that he was doing and putting out there, but this just made it look that much better, in my opinion. And it's from someone in the community, and I really like that because it's supporting the community and getting something from the community. And it's just fantastic. He did some really good work on this. But what's up, Gravity Man? How you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Gravity Man, it's got your logo is so small on my screen, I can't see it, but it looks like Fat Goku. Am I right? I'm not trying to say like it just looks like it looks like a fat Goku. All I'm saying. And I think it's kind of cool, but yeah. Sharif, what's up? How you doing? We were just talking about the Kaimano and how everyone here wants to buy one and how it's amazing. Carl from Hunger Team dressed as Goku. Okay, that makes more sense. So it's kind of Fat Goku. Carl from Hunger Team dressed as Goku. So it's kind of like Fat Goku. That's what it is. But what's up, Crispy? How you doing? I'm looking at knives for those of you who are joining us because I'm looking at buying a birthday knife for myself because I celebrated my birthday on Sunday, and I am just excited to my Carta in titanium has my number right now. I don't know if it's the green background or the lines on this, but I really like that picture. It's just a stupid picture, but I really like that picture. Look on that one. It's really nice there. My Carta in titanium just has my number right now. M390. Yeah. I don't know why I'm continuing to look. I know which knife I want to get, and I know which knife. Oh, there's a drop point Zon. There's 2 Zons available. Okay. I feel like that's a sign. That's like, hey, Steven, here's a Zon. Go buy it. This is what you need. And this one comes, and this one's got the micarta with it. Oh, man. Okay. Yep. That's happening. That's happening. Two Zons in one night on Blade Binge right now. There's the Tanto version and the drop point version. Oh, this is so good. I'm really loving tonight. I can't buy both of them. I want to, but I can't. So now I've got to decide between them. Which one do I want? Probably whichever one's available at the end of this live. I know, it's a double rainbow. It's so cool. And they're both versions. It's not like the same version twice. I'm gonna get in trouble tonight. That's gonna happen. I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble tonight. I'm gonna be eating sugary food. I'm gonna be buying knives that I shouldn't be, and I'm gonna get in trouble. That's what's gonna happen. Yep. Sharif M. Why? I don't have no problems. Sharif, if you want to join, you should send me a message on Instagram. I'll send you the link if you're free. You don't have to, but if you're free, feel free to come up here. Or Stevie, if you want to as well. I know you're in Alaska and I don't know what your setup's like, but feel free to jump on if you want to. Stevie, you know the link because, yeah, I can send you the link as well. But yeah, man, I'm just so stoked that there's a doubles on going on right now. I was sitting here tonight thinking like, oh, cool. I wanted to expand my USA made knives. So I've got my large Sebenza and I've got a couple Spydercos, obviously. I'll probably be on till like 11 or so. Well, it depends. I will definitely. Oh, what I'm munching on? Finish one train of thought, and then I'll get to what I'm munching on. I gotta stay focused here. I'll probably be on till about 11. I was planning to do about 2 hours if I could. So if you want to jump on, by all means, jump on. And then, crispy, what am I munching on? I've got Australian licorice. I just picked this up from Costco. Actually, I picked up my first bag from Costco, and it was delicious. So I ate it all in like 3 days. Me and my 3-year-old son ate it all. So then I went and bought another bag, and I hid it from him. So I get to eat this one all to myself. And this stuff is so good. There's 3 flavors in it. It's got a strawberry, a mango, and a green apple. And it's all plant-based, so there's no high fructose corn syrup or anything like that. It's supposed to be better for you, but I mean, it's still sugar. It's just soft and good. This is what licorice is supposed to be like. I'm not a black licorice person. I don't like black licorice at all. Yes, doubles on all the way. So, oh, pork rind sounds so good right now. I'm not gonna lie, pork rind sounds really good. The strawberry is my favorite too. I will say I'm typically more of a green apple person when it comes to sweets and stuff like that, but the strawberry is mine. I totally forgot. I don't have any music going right now. Not that we always music. But it's feeding us. Does this not sound like the beginning of a Snoop Dogg song? Did anybody else? Sounded like it to me a little bit. I'm gonna go back to. I really like this one track. It's called Snow. It's easy to just chill to. That's for sure. But watermelon, strawberry, watermelon Celsius. Be shady with the strawberry watermelon. Yep, that's what it is. What's up, G-Ball? How's it going? What's up, Paul Mills? Palmer, thank you. We're going to leave this up for a little bit so everyone who likes black licorice can remember that black licorice is horrendous. It's horrible. It's not good. You shouldn't eat it. It's basically like tar in the form of candy, but not even good candy. Like tar candy. That's what it is. What's up, Stevie?
What's up, dude? How are you?
Good. How's Alaska?
Warming up finally.
That's good.
It's been in the teens and lightly snowing since I've been here since Sunday. But I head home in the morning.
Last time I was in Alaska, it was like 9 degrees, but it was so dry that you could walk around in like just a light jacket and feel comfortable.
I've been wearing a t-shirt this whole time.
Yeah, it's crazy. It blows my mind because you'll get down here and it's 30 degrees and you're like, I can't be outside for more than 10 minutes because I'm freezing.
Yeah.
So, it's amazing how much that moisture in the air just really adds to the cold.
Yeah, it's dirty though right now. Like it snowed really like a lot, I think like a week ago, and everything's been plowed. It's like, you see like 10-foot snow drifts and everything's just covered with road dirt now, and every car is just filthy, and it's just grimy up here right now.
How long have you been up there? A couple days?
I got up here Sunday afternoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, so you've been up there almost all week then, coming back tomorrow?
Right. Yeah, I leave tomorrow at 9 a.m. Get back into the, like right around 1:30, heading north in the thick of traffic.
Nice. That'll be fun. I will say if you get back around 1:30 from SeaTac, well, because you've lived here longer than me, but usually if you stop and get something to eat on your way, if you don't eat on your flight or eat before, usually around like 2:30, then it's way better and it's only about a 45-minute drive versus like hour and a half.
Yeah.
So I've been very lucky. I went in to like my job and I was like, hey, because of my commute, if I can work these shifts or these shifts, I will be more than happy to. And nobody likes working those shifts. So I'm like, sweet, I'll take them. And so my commute has been luckily only about 47 to 52 minutes each way. So that's not too bad.
That's the actual drive time.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is nice.
Are you driving all the way down? Or are you stopping in Mount Lake Terrace and doing the...
No, I mean, it's so if they finish the light rail to Mount Lake Terrace, I will probably do that. But as of right now, the extra, like for me to stop in Mount Lake Terrace and then pay for like a pass or commute, it's going to cost me more than just the extra 17 miles of gas. And the time is about the same unless I time it right. So once they finish that light rail in like 3 years, then maybe I'll do that. But hopefully I'll have my own place in less than 3 years. I'll be the head honcho at my own spot before then. So yeah.
Nice. So I guess, dude, seeing doubles ons kind of made your mind up tonight, huh?
Oh yeah, I was so excited. I mean, I will say,
go back and look at the look on your face when you saw that, dude.
I will. I couldn't believe it because I had Steve's for like maybe 2 weeks, and I felt bad for having it for so long, but I didn't want to give it up. I just did it, and then I think he traded the river otter or the sea otter river otter to Carco. And so he's like, hey, can I have it back? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I had just done the video on the Zon too. So I was like, I'll give you the Zon as well. Because I knew if I didn't give it to him then, I was going to hold on to it for like a month. So I was like, I'll give it to you now. And I told him, I was like, whenever you want to sell it, I'll buy it from you. I loved that thing. It's awesome.
I didn't realize how much I was going to like it.
Same here. I thought it was very much a hype knife. I thought it was like a Crispy Reeves fanboy, just like hype knife. And I'd seen a couple of them when I was Blade West last year. I never held one, but I was like, oh, there's a Zon, cool. But when I held Steve's and had it for a couple days there, I really liked that knife. So I'm thinking I don't have a lot of Tonto blades, so I'm thinking I would go for the Tonto, but that drop point one looked real cool too.
Yeah.
So it's got almost a harpoon look to it with the way that it comes back. It was nice.
Hey, what's up, Angelo?
What's up, Angelo?
Yeah, and then that Pina that they had on there, I had never seen that. The mini diesel, is that what it was called?
Yeah. I
never would have guessed that was a Pina.
No. It's got thumb studs and a flipper. It's not even a front flipper at all. I was looking at it. I was like, there's no way to front flip that by any means. There's no way I would guess that's a Pena by anything. And so, It's definitely surprising, that's for sure.
Be Shady, I'll be down in Oregon in, I think, 2 weeks. I'm like nonstop on the road for the next 2 months.
Dang. Is it just that time of year things are picking up, or?
That and my boss decided to take 12 weeks of paternity leave.
Gotta love Washington.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, he's in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he's the guy that actually I turned down the job. I didn't want his job, and he got it, and now he's going on vacation or paternity leave. And they're like, "Well, we'll just have you do the job."
I didn't want the job. Yeah. Dang.
So yeah, I gotta make lots of rounds. I gotta go to Vegas twice in a month, and Cali, and Montgomery, Alabama.
What? That's like everywhere.
Yeah, Oklahoma. I gotta tell Jackson Long I'm gonna be going to Oklahoma too.
Wow.
But Palmer, I am a licorice enjoyer. I was hearing about your Australian licorice, and I saw it at, I think they have some at Costco.
That's where I picked this up.
That's exactly what I saw at Costco, and I had it in my cart and was like, no, I shouldn't get this. I should be good and not get it. And I put it back, and then I put it back in my cart. I was like, well, I'll buy it for Zoe. And then I put it back, and you're like the third person that I've seen that have gotten it. I'm like, yeah, I won't get it.
It's so good. It's my second bag in like 2 weeks.
And I just got my Costco rebate check too, waiting for me. So I got like $300 and some bucks to go buck wild at Costco on all the shit that I wouldn't typically buy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably end up buying like 5 things of toilet paper and 5 things of paper towels, just so I don't have to make trips, and then buy some licorice.
I used to use our company used to use, like, my store in Kennewick used to use my Costco card to buy all of our store stuff.
Yeah.
And so nice. I used to have a really good rebate. And then I came up here and they're like, oh no, the store has its own Costco card. And I was like, damn it. This is such a bigger store. It would have been so nice. What a great rebate.
Yeah, Palmer, they got those tubs of peanut. I always get the missus as a peanut M&M junkie. And then that's what I've used for like the 4 or 5 knives I've done stonewashing to after I've etched them. That's what I use as my tumbler. With
the peanuts in it still?
Yeah.
So you tumble it around?
Actually, I collected rocks from the shore by your place.
Nice.
All my stonewashing.
Nice.
We actually, dude, I packed out like 4 or 5 5-gallon buckets of river rocks to line my driveway from the shores at your place.
That's a lot of rock.
It was a lot of rock.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some ferric acid, and I got some batteries, and I got some like titanium wire, and I got some tubs and everything, because tomorrow someone's coming to help install some like ceiling storage in our garage so we can put all of our bins and tubs up high. And then the whole other side of the garage, I'm going to put like a little build out like some shelves to create like a little area so I can like anno my own knives and do stuff like that. And everything. Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm excited to start doing fun stuff like that. I was talking about it on one of the videos recently. I was like, I think after so long in the, what's up, Dean Griffin? In the hobby, you just like, it's the next like escalation of the hobby. Like I want to start customizing, start buying lynch clips, start getting skiff bearings, start buying scales, doing custom work yourself or sending it to custom a knife someone else. It's just start appreciating it more. And the more and more I've gotten in the mindset of like, I'm only buying 6 knives this year, the more it's been able to like set in, like I'll see knives that come through and I'm like, oh, it's a really cool knife, but I don't need it.
Right.
Like I don't need it. Like I've told myself 6 and I'm like comfortable with it. And it's like, I really don't need that knife because I'm not going to carry it. It's a cool knife, but I can guarantee I probably will never carry that knife. So I don't need it.
I've gotten into the exact same mindset over the last year.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I think some of us take for granted the fact that we do get to check out a lot of knives.
Yeah.
Live vicariously through that,
Mm-hmm.
But it also has to make me realize that, I don't need them all.
Mm-hmm. I think that's been one thing that's really done the exact same thing for me. Is like, I don't need them all. But I came home from work today. I just boxed up 4 knives to send away to 2 other people in Lefty's pass around. And I came home and I had a box like this and it had 5 more knives in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, awesome. Like I just sent out 4 and here's 5 more Kaisers to check out, which is, I mean, it's cool. It's nice to be able to have those to look at and live vicariously through, but sending them back out.
Yeah. Whoa.
Ian G.
Ian G coming in clutch.
You're just singing sweet music to my ears right now. I would definitely buy that off you. I was waiting till after the live to do this. Ian, if find me on Instagram. I don't know how to share my Instagram.
I'll send it to him.
Okay. I don't know how to do stuff like that.
Also, not that he needs it, but vouch for Mr. G.
I assumed so, but yeah, Ian, I will definitely buy that Umnuzan off you. You can count that as sold right now because I was going to wait till after this and buy it off Blade Binge, but yes, I will 100%. And Ian, I'll give you more than $4 like Palmer was offering.
Let's see here.
Don't have a birthdays on yet, but I am going to be buying it off of E&G. So I'm going to buy one off E&G versus buying it off Blade Binge.
Heck yeah, dude. That couldn't ask for better timing.
Yeah, that was perfect. I have a 2-cent piece of black licorice and a toaster. Budget guy, get that black licorice out of here.
Oh,
nasty.
I've been down this fight before. I can't stand black licorice.
Yeah.
My German grandmother grew up always giving us black licorice, and I can't stand black licorice. Everything was black licorice flavored. Ugh.
My wife's whole family, they love black licorice, and that's like come like holidays time or anytime we get together and there's like snacks, they have black licorice everything. Yeah. I do think it's very fitting that budget guy has 2-cent black licorice, so that's a very budget black licorice right there.
Todd Carr, it is devil. Absolutely.
I just picked up the star. I'm in like my snack mood. Like I'm in like my snack zone the last like month. But I just picked up all Reds Starburst jelly beans, and so it's all the red Starburst. So it's got like cherry, watermelon, strawberry, and raspberry, and they're just all red, and they all look the same because I'm colorblind. So I just get a massive handful of red Starburst jelly beans and just throw them in my mouth and eat them, and it's just amazing.
Zoe gets these big ass bags of sour Skittles. And those things, oh man, I'm not like a candy nut by any means. They're so good. And then she got the freeze. My mom got her some freeze dried sour Skittles. And those are like crack, man. They're so addicting. Like, I try to limit myself to literally like 4 or 5. And I'm like, all right, just a couple more. All right, just a couple more. And then I'm like, I've just eaten like half your bag.
Yeah. We had some of those at like a county fair when we lived down in Arizona. Someone was like, hey, here's these like freeze dried Skittles. And I was like, oh, I've never had them before. Let me try them. And now anytime I see they're available, I buy a ton of them because they are so good. And I am a candy fiend. I will eat sugar and sweets all day.
Cherry licorice is what's it?
I don't think I've ever had cherry licorice. I just haven't. Yeah. Did you carry anything with you to Alaska?
Yeah. I don't go anywhere as of late without my
Harsty.
Yep.
We got a special guest.
Oh, snap.
What's up, Sharif?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Oh, you know.
How was dinner, Stevie?
It was decent. It was decent.
Not like that steak the other night. That thing looked...
Dude, it looked better than it was, man.
Oh, that's sad.
I was telling Maddie, the food for whatever reason, the food this go around has been disappointing.
No.
Yeah, my French onion soup, I will stand by the fact that Anchorage has some of the best French onion soup all around. Yeah, the food has been, I don't know, not great.
That sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right.
Now, before we go any further, we need to say, hold on, let me get which side. Happy birthday to this dude right here.
Thanks, Sharif.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I got to work all weekend for my birthday, so that was fantastic. Awesome. It was great. Now my coworkers knew it was my birthday, so it ended up, I mean, I felt bad because we were real busy at the store, but they were like, go, leave, go. And I was like, all right, thanks. So they let me go, which was great. And got to spend some time away that night with friends and family and stuff. So that was cool.
Awesome. It was redeemed.
Yeah.
That's sick. So for your birthday, I mean, if you want an affordable Chris Reeves, you can go this route.
Pyrotech Kraken. You know, when that thing came through the pass around and I was playing with it, I thought it was cool, but it didn't do it. I wanted it to do something for me. Like when I saw it on Kickstarter, I was like, that looks awesome. I want one. And I was glad I didn't buy one because when I held it, I was like, there's nothing about this other than the scales being magnetic and being cool like that. There was nothing about it that I was like, I need this knife type thing. And I don't know if you've seen, like, I think Casey has a review where he talks about it, but like the finish on that knife scratches so easily.
So this is the V2 model. And they changed the thumb studs. They changed the finish. They changed a few things in it. But it's so interesting because Stevie said the same thing you said. I've heard it from a number of people now where they've said that it actually so the whole thing now with knives is to be as sort of like clean as possible, like minimal hardware on the show side, yada yada yada. They took it to an extreme, and I think it shows that some amount of hardware showing is still desirable. Like visually, it breaks up things. And like, you know how on some of the Chris Reeves, they do that like starburst milling in it? I think if they did that here, that would have completely changed the game for this night, honestly. You know?
I think if they did that, someone would have pointed out, oh, they're exactly like Chris Reeves, though.
Yeah. Something though. It needs a bit of flavor, you know.
It's a good knife.
Yeah.
But I totally agree with. I think unbeknownst to Steven, I literally said the exact same thing to Sharif about it.
Yeah. What's up, Steve?
What up, brother?
Super.
Yeah, I mean, great knife. Just didn't quite do it for me, but I'm interested to see what they end up doing next.
Yeah,
I will say I think you're right though. I think because there is a lot, like there are some knives that do. Reich has a couple of their like some of their hardware-less knives and the hardware-less technology, how it like clips in and stuff. Some of the new Reichs are fantastic. That Cybertrix, which looks like the Cybertruck, that thing is slick. That is a really nice knife with no hardware showing, but it has more angles. It's more aesthetically pleasing than just a plain bare canvas. I think when you have that plain canvas, you need one or two pieces of hardware to kind of break it up and draw your eye line to something. Otherwise, you're just looking at space and it's just like void, and there's nothing to like draw you in and pull you to the knife.
So what's really funny is in design, like in industrial design and in art, they actually have a principle called the 1-2-3 read, right? And the first read would be like the silhouette. The second read is the hardware, and then the third read would be their little like milled logo here. They're missing the second read.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, right? Because like the silhouette is nice, the ergos nice, all of that, but it's that second level read is missing. And when I talk to Kay and Damon, I'll mention that to them because, dude, if they sold some of their own scales and milled them, or like just started doing it with future versions, even like some micro milling, like diagonal micro milling, I think it would change the game for him. Yeah. Like realistically.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, look at that. B Shady's looking for a Kaimano.
Yes.
You have a 22, 122, or 222?
I believe 22 and 122 may still be floating around. There is no 222. Though they only go up to 200. 5-door. I was singing your praises earlier today, actually.
What's up, Josh Worth? We had a couple people pop in. Josh Worth, Crispy Critter, 5-door, Skynet. Thanks for swinging by, all y'all. Thanks for the birthday wishes from y'all who've been jumping in. It's been awesome.
Heck yeah, dude.
What's up, Josh Worth?
It always catches me. Sometimes someone the other day asked me, they were like, hey, when you do your lives, do you just talk to people like around the area? I was like, oh, no, there's people around the world. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I get like maybe anywhere between 10 to like 22. This is usually on average where I get between 10 to 22 on my lives. And that's great. But they're like, and they're not in the US. I was like, no, most of them are. But like, I've had people from South Africa. There's Josh Worth, who's down under over in, I'm probably going to get it wrong, but Australia. Yeah, Australia. I always want to say New Zealand because I've got a buddy in New Zealand, but no.
We got our
Australia and stuff. And
brothers up north, Todd Jay. And
yeah, Canada.
And then you got Psycho in Asia.
Yeah. When Psycho pops in, and you got Palmer, who's on another planet. I'm convinced Palmer is an alien. And of course, you got Budget Guy.
Josh, since you're here, I have Australian licorice. Is this really what Australian licorice is like? I should get your. I'm gonna send this to Kevin and have him send it to you with your next knife that he sends you, and you can tell me if this is what Australian licorice is really like. Because I've always wondered. I was like, they say it's Australian licorice, but I don't know if it really is. It's just soft.
Australians do good licorice, man.
Mm-hmm. It's the best licorice I've ever had.
Yup. That's why I can't get it, because I just
seems like BS.
Ooh, 5-door, you gotta show me pictures, dude. Heck yeah, man. So you know what's been my packing buddy through everything recently? This little guy.
Yeah.
So helpful. I use the edge, the front edge here to like work out bubbles when I wrap everything in tape, and then like the hawkbill tip, if there's any air bubbles, like I'll poke them, or you know, if the tape gets all cut up, I like cut it. Dude, this is the perfect little packaging fifth pocket knife. I've been loving this thing.
Greenland jelly beans.
Very smart, Palmer. Get that bag, dude.
Yeah, you get that. I've been carrying my Harsey more recently.
Yeah, buddy.
It's just, I didn't think I would like this knife as much as I did, and then I held yours, Stevie, and I was like, man, I need one. I need one. And then I got this one. But mine's the S45. Yours is MagnaCut.
It is.
Mine's S45 too. I love that thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking. I've been wanting a 3.25 inch for a while, so I'm thinking I'm going to set some extra money aside, and I know they'll have some Blade Show specials.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab a one at Blade.
Dude, if they bring another one of those black and gold Plague Doctors, I may need number 3. I'm not going to lie.
That's like everyone's favorite, that Plague Doctor.
It's awesome, dude.
It's cool. I want to use this knife. If it was the Plague Doctor, I probably wouldn't use it.
Right.
And that's why, for me, like, I wanted to get this first, because I can use this and beat it up and be happy with it. But if I had the Plague Doctor, I probably wouldn't be using it.
Yeah.
And, you know, at first, when I was gifted this, I was like, man, this is going to be a safe queen. I can't, you know. But also, I love it so much, I have to carry it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, being that, so I have a couple of knives that have the satin finished titanium.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the most user-friendly finishes. But I don't know, man. There's also something I like having some battle wounds on this. You know, I've already dropped it once. I got a little nick on it. It is showing signs of carry and, you know, use on it. When I get back, this is going to Satu. Since I'm not going to be carrying a knife, or I'm not going to be around to carry it for a couple of weeks while I'm traveling. I'm going to send it in to him. And I know it's sacrilege to do a hollow on it, but I want a hollow on it.
Hollow would be sick, dude.
I was thinking about putting a hollow on this one, just because I think it's just going to add that much more to it. I was thinking about putting a hollow on this one as well. Same thing. I think it would be awesome. I would want to send it back to I'd want to send it back to Nathan, because then he could do the dark wash on it again.
Nice.
Yeah. Josh,
Dude,
you're with a BMG rig right on it, huh? Nice.
Blacked out full size.
I'm definitely starting to reconsider laying back the edge on my black one, because I'm like, Dude, that 30 degree per side is just, it's a little too chunky. I want to carry the thing more and use it for like taking down boxes and all sorts of stuff. And yeah.
And like I heard, it was, I forget where I just heard someone talking about it, saying it defeats the purpose to put a hollow on a RC folder. But yeah, okay, but for what I use my knife for, I like a hollow grind. I really do.
Well, and that's why I want the 3.25, because I'll probably put a hollow on the 3.25 and keep this one as is, because I will probably carry the 3.25 more than this, because I've only carried this maybe 10 times since I've had it, and every time I pulled it out at work, someone gives me that look like, that's a big knife. And I'm like, yeah, it is, but like, I'm not doing anything crazy with it. Just go over there. If this makes you uncomfortable, close your eyes. I don't care.
Right.
The knives that you typically carry, Steven, this is huge.
It's very true.
Carry in that 3.25 inch range, right? Yeah.
It definitely eclipses what I normally can. And well, I think that's it too, though, is most people are used to seeing me with a smaller 3 to 3.25 knife. And then when I started pulling this out, they were like, oh, wow, what's he doing? Yeah. I joined the mafia. That's what happened. Sorry.
The joys of carrying a big knife, though, man. Like, once you get to that 3.7 inch and above territory, I don't know. There's just something about it. It's like, so nice.
I don't have my mind made up on one yet. I would go for a plain Jane, honestly. But I was saying a little bit ago, they're going to have some specials at Late Show Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to see if they got something cool there. And Paul, you couldn't be more on the nose. Satu is the man.
Yeah.
Satu is still one of the few people I talk to. I actually talk to when we do chat. We don't chat all the time, but Satu is one of my, I guess, oldest friends in the community. And I helped him out with some stuff he needed some advice on. So I was like, hey, man, have you ever done a hollow on a Hearthseed folder? He's like, nope, send it. Instantly was like, send it. I'd love to do one. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But yes, for those of you that have never had any interactions with Satu, he's an awesome dude. Awesome dude. One of the first dudes I really, really hit it off with in the community.
I need to get to know him because, like, I think we would get along, you know? Like, he's a no BS, like, straight shooter, loves American-made knives, you know? Like...
When I was first starting my channel, he had been in one of the live streams, and at the time I was like, I haven't really had a chance to check out a lot of U.S. higher-end stuff. 2 days later, he's like, hey, man, here's tracking. Huh? He's like, and he sent probably today the largest box I've gotten. It was a humongous case of all like high-end US folders.
Jeez.
And yeah, and as Patina pointed out, his D is legendary. There was a live stream when they were doing the AZ meetup. It was him and Cue Ball and Neil McKenzie and Maddie and Nebby Cloud and I forget who else. And Satu's D turned into like Chuck Norris jokes. Man, it was everybody just going off. And
when Satu D lays down, he doesn't lay down. He pushes the earth away.
Yes, yes. It was all stuff like that. It went on for like 2 hours. It was Shane, and it was Grateful Panic, and Scott N, and Nebo. Ian was there.
God.
Tina was there. And everyone was just going off on Sawtooth's D. Maddie was riding with him at the time, and he was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to like be happy that they're talking about this or yeah, Ian, Satu is legit one of the nicest dudes. And yeah, and he is. If you were to see him, he is an intimidating biker-looking type dude. He couldn't be more of just a sweetheart, and also deceptively big. He's a very tall and statured dude, big old yucks when you meet him in person.
Dude, you know what's so funny is like all of the patched up dudes that I've known.
Now they're just known as the Island. That's a really good one. I'm gonna save that joke for myself.
That's awesome. Dude. But I was gonna say, like, all of the patched up like biker dudes that I've known, and I've had encounters where like my friends were gonna get attacked, actually, even by like a biker gang. You give them the benefit of the doubt, and you don't treat them like they're scary, terrifying people. You treat them like regular people. They are actually some of the sweetest, kindest, like good-natured people, you know, that you will meet. So like, it's so funny. Like, appearances are one thing, but reality is a whole other.
I work in customer service, and like half my job is just helping people, talking with people, doing what I can, giving them the knowledge that I have around the products that we sell and all that kind of stuff and everything. And there are many times that like other employees will feel uncomfortable around people because the way they look or the way they present or whatever. Yeah. And I'll go up to them and I'll just wholeheartedly, fully authentic, just like, hey man, I'm here to help. How can I help you? Like, just, I feel safe. I feel comfortable. Like, I want to help you. How can I do? How can I talk to you? Tell me your story. Let's sit down. There's 2 fireplaces in our store, one on the second floor, one on the bottom store. I have sat down literally at a fireplace with someone before and just been like, hey, you want to sit down? Let's have a conversation. Tell me about yourself. And sat there for like 45 minutes with someone telling me their story, going over stuff. And then they walk out totally fine and happy, super nice. And people are like, man, how do you do that? And I was like, because I treat them like a human.
That's all you got to do, man.
I treat them like a human. They're not a monster. They're a human being the same. Like, you just got to treat people with respect, and you'd be surprised how many people are really nice.
It's not a difficult equation, but so many people fail that test. You know.
So, being in the plumbing industry, I really say I've been in the customer service industry my whole life. I mean, I'm taking care of homeowners, and you learn how to talk to people, and you realize most people are actually pretty good. The shithead society ruin it for the greater good, but most people are actually pretty good, and especially when you're just listening and finding some common ground. It sounds so hippy dippy, but that really is a simple solution to a lot of our world problems. It's just finding some common ground, having some compassion.
Right?
Yeah.
Solves everything.
Whether you agree with them or not, just having a little bit of compassion goes such a long way.
Right?
And if you don't agree with him, just not taking offense. Like, hey.
Yeah.
I respect your opinion, and I respect you as a person, and I'm not going to take offense or become defensive on what you say, and it makes it so much easier.
Dude, you know what helped me realize is that, like, if you look at nature, look at how many different animals and creatures that exist. Mm-hmm. They've all figured out a way to survive to this day, right?
Yeah.
So that means that there are different solutions and different approaches to this thing that we call life, and they're all valid.
Yeah.
Right. So what works for you may not work for somebody else, but what they're doing works for them, you know?
Yeah.
So as long as they're not a dick, like, they're just like you. They're just trying to get by and survive and figure out this thing called life, you know? And it's a beautiful thing when you think about it, you know?
Yep. Steve, Satu was one of the ones that told me when we first started talking. He's like, "Oh man, I'm so glad you hit it off with Steve Clare." He's like, "Steve is one of my favorite dudes."
Hell yeah, dude.
I respect your opinion. His first cousins is somebody has a case of the Mondays.
Dude, Steve, Claire, I was talking about you the other day. So on Tuesday and Thursday, I'm, helping out the CDC where we're talking about more like the intellectual side of knives, and their writer the writer from Smoky Mountain Knife Works, who does their like Knife 101 series for their website, was on with me, and he was talking about like, oh, he's a big like budget knife advocate. He's like, I don't see the value of this, that. And I was like, you know what? You pay sometimes for the prettiness of a knife, but there's this dude, Steve Clare, that I know who demands an artisanal knife that can also do work. And he's got photos on his Instagram of a Herman knife like stabbed into a bumper. And he was like, whoa, dude, that's awesome. So you may have gotten a few followers from that. I don't know. But keep up doing what you're doing, Steve. We love it.
Ian, I didn't realize that was a for sure deal.
Where's he moving to? I just saw that.
Ditching the BMW.
5-door. So about those knives that won't fit in the truck. Kevin Smith and Knives. Have a good night.
Good night,
dude.
Bye.
Moving to Texas.
Oh, snap.
Oh, dang.
You can go.
That means you're going to be at Blade Show Texas next year, right? And I can meet you.
Ian secretly just wanted to be closer to Hinder Collector.
That was the only reason.
The only reason. Ian's up the range next to Grant's dad's house. I love seeing all these people popping up talking about the stuff that they've had done with Satu. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, it's one, it speaks to Satu's nature, and also just like the work, the character, the craftsmanship, but like the person too.
Yeah.
Just
and just a sweetheart of a dude. When we put together the Jason Brown Memorial fundraiser 2 years ago, it was. Dave was the first person. Like he heard that we were just organizing it, was all. Dave was the first person that called me. He's like, "What can I give you?" And I was like, "Hey man, we're not asking for much." And he's like, "Dude, I want to do whatever I can to try to."
That's awesome.
He had his custom Grant gripper, which was like a 1 of 1, and then he had the prototype Grant gripper, and then the production Grant gripper, and he gave those away as one prize.
Jesus,
dang!
And it ended up, I think it went first pick too, and helped raise a lot of, but literally just like that.
Yeah.
And he's just, Dave, he didn't say enough good things about.
Yeah, Patina, I haven't had anything reground by Satu, but this is exactly what I've heard is he won't take money, and he will say like, "Hey, buy me a belt." But if you try and buy him a belt, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm good. no thanks. Like, oh no, I that's not the size I need, or oh that's not the grind I use, or I use a different grit. Like you just can't get them anything.
I just send it to them.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, belts are pretty expensive too, so you can get, and I don't know exactly what he's using, but I know, like, I've bought Keith Knife Freak belts, and you can get a pretty good variety for a pretty decent price. There you go, Patina. He does right. And you're getting, I don't know, Satu is, I don't know how we turned into writing Satu's knee, but
I mean, it's big enough for all of us, apparently.
Coming from that machinist background, it's in his nature to just do an amazing job.
Yeah.
And he's only getting better. He was telling me, he's like, look, I ain't perfect. He's like, a lot of the stuff I have, he's like, I know can be improved on, and getting better. Yes, he is. That's so affordable, man.
When you think about how much it would cost to send a knife back to a manufacturer and have it reground, or to someone else to have it custom reground, yeah. It's awesome.
Patina, what's BMG charging? Or Josh is still in here. I know, Patina, you've used BMG for 2 or 3 different knives, right?
Yeah, always the ZT0640. ZT0640 gang.
When I was at Northern Knives today, if they had one, I was going to buy one, and they didn't have one. But
Marisol, what's up, Marisol? BMG's put up to 70.
I mean, still not a horror, considering what you're getting, is not a horrible price.
Yeah.
I mean, Patina was the first person I ever saw that put a hollow on his Mordax.
Who started the hollow be that grind? Was it Patina?
It was Patina.
Hollow be that grind? Yeah. The other day I was messing around with something and I like just some graphics, and I put hollow be that grind on it, and I thought it looked really cool. And I wanted to remember who it was, and I was like, this would be like just a one-off, just for myself. Like I wanted to just buy a shirt with it logo, hollow be that grind, but I wanted to remember who did it, because then I was going to have it quoted like Patina Turner at the bottom.
Yeah. That was the original idea.
I thought that's what you said, and so that's why I looked and I was like, I'll make one for myself, just because I think it's awesome, and 2, it was like that was a cool thing. But yeah.
Amen.
We need Patina merch, dude. Like, hello be that grind, doors fuck me, like.
That is still probably the most classic of them all. Doors.
What I should do is, with all the AI, have like AI write like the Lord's Prayer, but with knife puns.
Yes.
Hollow be thy grind. Amen, Patina.
Oh, I'm so in for that.
Yeah, Palmer. I was gonna say, if you didn't find it, I can put Satu in IG, and definitely go sub to his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'll put that up. Satu.
Patina, I love you, brother. There's few people I love in this community as much as I love Patina.
She's all right.
And I haven't even met her in person.
Yeah, that's, Work Life Balance just posted Sawtooth Dave's channel. I forgot that's not me.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, he's his videos are, his ramblings are truly awesome ramblings. Like his videos are like when I go on my walks. When I listen to Sawtooth.
Nice.
And he's just I love his mind. Always have been. It was of all people, I think it was Snuz that first introduced me to Dave.
Snuz.
Nice.
That's interesting. Of all people, yeah.
Nuz with maximum snuzz.
They're pretty close.
I am dying for the return of the Nuz, man.
I got to talk to him again. He said he was gearing up to start doing videos again, and I haven't seen anything from him.
Yeah, he popped into the Kaimano chat, but dude, like he like, comes and goes like very quickly, like a phantom in the night,
Nuz is
started-
Yeah.
I've started ripping my thumbnail because I flip off this thumb stud so much. Started ripping my thumbnail, but I'm trying to break it so sometimes I can get the reverse on this, and sometimes it's tough.
I got the reverse, no problem. Have you seen that freaking Forest and Pizza Operator can front flip theirs?
I saw the pizza operator when we were looking. I could not do that.
And then
Not
Forrest,
even a little bit.
Oh
It's
yeah,
such a small nub.
yeah.
I like to think I'm good at front flippers too. Like I could get a front flipper on most knives any day with almost any finger. I could not do that. It's just way too tight.
Those guys are otherworldly. I tried that when you told me about it.
Yeah.
I tried it a bunch of times since. They are on a different level.
I spent 14 days on the road with Nuz. And even in person, you still need subtitles. You're just like, what? Can you back up? Can you say that all over again? He's like, nope.
Dude, like, no joke. I'm like at least 20% going to Blade Show Atlanta this year just to hang out with Nuz, man.
Yeah, he's yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not something I thought about going into a road trip, is how actually spending that much time with someone. But me and Nuz, really only being on the road for 14 days doesn't seem like a long time, but when you're with him 24/7 times 2, you really, 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 and we were on long, like just me and him were on long stretches, just ourselves. And so, you really get to know someone, man, because it wasn't just writing in silence with Nuz. It was conversation the entire time.
Dang, man. He is on another plane of the universe. There's no question about that.
There is no one like this Nuz.
Yeah. Definitely not. And
when you reach a different level of existence that no one else can understand you.
Yep.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
It's all of the above,
Yeah, for sure. I haven't spent as much time with him as Stevie did, but the time that I did was so precious. And like, you realize very quickly he's operating on a different level than the rest of us.
Mhm.
And then you get to know him really well, and you realize he's just a fucking knucklehead, just like us. and he's just got us all fooled. Sorry to bust everybody's legend at times. He'll probably creep it at some point too. He'll see this.
Dude, it was so hilarious when like Dopey was like super blottoed at the house, man. Nuz would like pull me aside and he would just be like, "What is this guy babbling about?" Like, Nuz, I think Nuz at Blade Show had that. What's that thing that the quill? Yeah, I was like, dude, don't grab for the quill, Nuz. Don't grab for the quill.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, seriously.
I think most of us would pay to see that rather than the Kardashians.
Yeah. But hey, if Steve Clare is still lurking, I think road tripping to SLC would be dope.
I think Steve Clare, we were talking, I think before you dropped on, but the three Steves headed down to Salt Lake City Blade Show on a road trip together.
I think that could be dope.
I think it would be awesome. I would be 100% down for that.
I wish everybody treated Blade Show West like Blade Show Atlanta. Yeah. Everybody wants to go to Blade Show Atlanta, and I get it. It's cool, but SLC, I think Blade West has a way better vibe to it. It's not nearly as huge, and it's not in the South in the middle of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was really blown away by how awesome SLC was. 99 Ian.
Night, Ian.
Night, Ian.
Dude, I'm a little sad that
Thanks again, Ian.
Nobody could make it this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I couldn't make it either myself. But dude, if we can all go in 2024, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Like, actually, I need to message the Blade Show people and just try to get booths. Like,
I mean, my goal is to eventually try to make all three of them each year. Yeah. Gets a little tough with time off, but I went to Blade. After going to Blade East in 2022 in June, and then followed it up with Blade West in 2022 in October. I really like the vibe of West a lot more. And I went there by myself. Met up with a bunch of cool people, but it wasn't nearly as like homey forward as Atlanta has been. But still, I thought it was a great show.
Heck yeah. Dude, I'm down for that because like Blade Show in Atlanta can get a little overwhelming.
Overwhelming, man. It is overwhelming.
It's just so many people, so much stuff. There's such a rush to like get around and like try to get stuff or try to see people, and it's like you feel like you're always behind like the whole time, or at least that's how I felt. I was like, dude,
it's for us on the West Coast, that's on the other side of the country.
Yep.
Whereas SLC is nice smack dab in the middle.
Mm-hmm. I'm buying that Zon from Ian.
Steve Clare.
Definitely be smuggling.
It's okay, Steve. I've found ways to navigate myself across state lines before. I'm assuming you're talking about me. We should like, this is going to sound really stupid, but I really think it would be stupid and awesome. But
as it is, hear me out.
It's going to be stupid, but it's going to be really stupid and good at the same time. Show up to Blade Show with just like shirts that have like S cubed, like S with 3 to the third power, and just walk around, or like Steve cubed, and just walk around like S3. What's up? We're here.
Hey, I am not opposed to that.
That would be hilarious.
Oh my god.
S3.
Nighty night, Steve.
You guys see?
But yeah, Palmer, have you never seen the infamous Mattisfaction's infamous video with Cue Ball?
Oh, dude. That is legend.
It's one of the funniest videos there's ever been.
Are you talking about the one where he farts on him and then
He fart sprays Cue Ball's truck, and Cue Ball doesn't realize it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't even seen that one.
Oh, Stevie. Dude, that is canon for this community.
The one story that I've heard multiple times and I never get tired of hearing is in Cue Ball's truck driving, and all of a sudden Cue Ball turns on porn music and he's like, "You guys don't listen to this? Is this not normal?" No, Cue Ball, this is not normal.
Mattisfaction has a video called "I Smell Poop."
Oh, Palmer, you're in for a treat.
It's yeah.
What's up, Hinder Collector? We're talking about the premium and elite USA made knives tonight. Harsey and CRK. Would you like to weigh in on the conversation?
The only two premium and elite.
Just throwing some shade. Of course, Hinders are really good.
Ian, perfect timing.
He went to bed.
Oh, dang it.
Sir. Yeah, Ian went to bed just a little bit ago.
Dang.
Azan was definitely in your cards tonight. You already thought you were going to be getting one, and then Ian shows up like a knight in shining armor.
I will say that was it like had to be. It's as if it was destiny for me to get that Zon for my birthday.
Did you order it?
No, Ian showed up after I looked at that one and said, "Hey, I've got one brand new for sale. I'll sell it to you." And then hit me up on Instagram, and I'm buying one from Ian now.
Dang.
The exact same one that I wanted. So
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And the fact that we saw 2 on Blade Binge as well, I was just like, there's no way that I'm not going to get one tonight.
Hell yeah, dude.
The other thing is I've been looking since I had Steve Clare's for one, and I have not found one for sale. Tonight I found 2, and then Ian's like, "Hey, I've got a 3rd one. You want this?" And I was like, "Yes, I'll take that." Five-door, it is the Tanto version of the Zon.
That's whoops. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
Which means they were probably like turning it up even louder if the speakers were like, turn
it up.
Yeah, Cue Ball and his adult movie soundtracks was the oddest thing.
That is super.
Takes all kind of people.
Yeah. Also, not the type of dude you would expect.
No.
Cue Ball's like a nice, wholesome.
I've never met Cue Ball in person. When I was in Arizona, that was one thing we were trying to get before I left. We were trying to get a meetup and never were able to, between like Maddie and Cue Ball and everyone down there. And but yeah, when I started hearing these stories, I was like, that's not at all where I expected that to come from. Not even a little bit.
Nope. I don't know if you knew this or not, but how I met Cue Ball, me and Cue Ball went to the same high school.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't know each other. And he graduated a year before I entered high school. He's from Marysville.
That's crazy.
Yeah. On a live when I first started doing lives, I didn't full on say where I was like, I'm in the Pacific Northwest, I'm a little north of Everett, a little south of Bellingham. And he was like, are you in Marysville? And I was like, how would if you're not from here, you don't know Marysville.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I grew up on so basically gave out his parents' address, and I'm like, that's like 2 blocks from where I live now. He's like, I graduated from Marysville Pilchuck, class of 93. And I was like, oh, I'm 97.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we know a lot of the same, have a lot of the same mutual friends.
That's kind of cool.
Ooh.
And I farted in his mouth in Roswell.
That's I think the story that I've heard. And then Cue Ball had like crazy strength and was like, no.
No. He grabbed me. He didn't think it was as funny as we all did. He grabbed a hold of me, and that's when I was like, oh, he can do anything he wants to me right now. And I had already learned that he kept wanting to arm wrestle everybody on our road trip. But finally I was like, fine, dude. I was like, this is not a problem. And he totally like toyed with me. I don't think I'm like super strong by any means, and I was like, I can beat Cue Ball. And God, we were in Tupelo, Mississippi, of all places. And I was like, oh, I got this. And he's just looking at me, and I'm like, he just slowly started to exert his manliness. And then he was like, you want me to really go? And I was like, I got this. And then he's boom.
Dude.
Oh yeah, I got nothing on Cue Ball.
When we were in the pit, like Cue Ball and I left the pit for some reason at Blade Show, and he put his hand on my shoulder and kind of was like, what's up, dude? Da, 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 da. And then he was like, oh man, you want to arm wrestle sometime? And I could just feel from that grip and how, like, you see me, Stevie, I'm not a small dude, right? Like, and I can handle myself and my weight like really well. And I was like, this dude could manhandle me. Like, I was like, no, I don't want to arm wrestle you, bro. What's with arm wrestling?
Because he knows he can whoop everybody.
Yeah, I've had a couple friends over the years that they have that surprising hidden strength where you don't expect it, and then they're just like Hulk strength, and oh man, it's kind of intimidating and scary in a way too.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not a weak dude by any means, but yeah, like for whatever strength that I think I have, Cue Ball could just ragdoll me, which is like scary for me to even think of. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Cue Ball's EDC.
Yeah, he does.
Also, Cue Ball's letting loose a lot of his budget knives right now too. If you guys follow Cue Ball on Instagram, he's got quite a few for sale.
100%.
I try not to look at those because, one, I'm more likely to buy from someone in the community because I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Like, oh, if you're selling something, I'll buy it from you type thing. And then two, the prices are usually a little better. So I tend not to. It has helped, like we talked about earlier, that I've been kind of stuck in this like, okay, 6 knives for the year, and I'm pretty set with I don't need things, but still, I'll see those deals and I'll be like, but should I pass it up? So
I keep harassing Cue Ball. He has an all black and carbon fiber mini Tempest.
Yeah.
and it's one that he will never let go. But I keep, anytime he has a sale, I'll message him. I'll be like, "Are you putting up the mini Tempest for sale?" And he's like, "Fuck you, dude, leave me alone."
Channel your inner hate for pickles. You just picture him as a pickle.
Is
Man, if we no, I'm gonna keep that hidden. No, I'm not. I'm gonna talk about it. If we road trip down to SLC, I think it would be really cool if we got a video of like you walking into Blade Show and me walking right behind you in a pickle costume. just like, hey, what's up? How you doing, Stevie?
Oh my god!
And then I punch you.
Exactly.
I have been. I got 2 of them now. One from Demonoc and one from Troy. I've been traveling. I travel with my emotional support pickle.
That's awesome.
That's so
I gotta
cute.
lean into it at this point.
You gotta lean into it, because if you lean away from it, people are just gonna go harder.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna go hard no matter what.
Yeah, throat punched pickle. I'd take a throat punch for that. That'd be good.
It'd be worth it.
It'd be worth it.
Just to be clear, everybody, Knife Nut and Pole Mills, I'm not looking for a mini Tempest. I have one, right? It's just cue balls, all black one that I want, specifically from him.
What's up, drink water?
Palmer, you'd be surprised. It's not like Comic-Con. Most people there are pretty well showered and clean people.
Man, they just had Comic-Con this weekend here, and
I know. I haven't been for like 5 years.
I totally spaced. I wanted to go because I was living here, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be great. We can go to Comic-Con, go to the Emerald City Northwest Comic-Con. It'll be awesome." And then it happened, and I was working this weekend, and I was like, "This would have been perfect. I could have gone to Comic-Con for my birthday. It would have been awesome."
And they had the Lord of the Rings panel there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had people coming in because the convention center is right by the store.
Literally right by you, yeah.
Yeah, there were people coming in, and I was just like, oh, and that's how I was like, at first I was like, there are an oddly amount of people walking in with lanyards and dressed kind of like they're going to some sort of conference. Yeah. And then one of my coworkers was like, Comic-Con's going on right now. And I was like, what? Damn it, I missed it. And so,
yeah.
Palmer, it's a crazy thing, but it's not Comic-Con. Like, believe me when I tell you, like, there are weird people like a carnival, but definitely not stinky. Like, I would have noticed. You will get the crop dusters, though, that are like walking through the aisles, just laying down stank, but that's about it.
Yeah.
You know,
there's definitely, there's like dopey that show up that are just reeking.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is just the sheer amount of people there. It's crazy. But yeah, that's all I can say. It can, we said it earlier, it can be a little overwhelming, but it's just what you hear in the background of every video from Blade Show is what you hear when you're at the show too. It's just it's just nonstop.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got all the Bali dorks.
I was gonna say, usually the walls are lined with all these like anywhere from 12 to 18-year-old dudes flipping volley.
Yeah,
they've got the whole cases. They're all there to see Squid Industries, and
you're good.
Yeah, you're not. It's I've talked about it since I've been going to them, but that's the one thing they don't talk about enough. I think is I'd say I would be surprised if the number was higher than 50% of attendees of Blade Show were all Bali kids.
Yeah.
You know? And I can't. That has to be such a rich industry because those are all kids that got parents that just want to keep buying them, over and. But then you see that, it's like a dad taking his son and his 10 friends,
Dude.
and yeah, it's every 2 or 3 minutes you see someone running past, like holding their hand,
Yep.
with like some paper towels taped around it because they just sliced themselves.
Dude, honestly, the only injuries I saw at Blade Show and the only like aggressiveness / like fighting I saw in all of Blade Show were the Bali kids.
Yeah.
Like, they almost need to have a separate room for them, isolate them, and eliminate them.
We don't need them Bali kind around here.
It's serious.
Wicked Edge was giving away a sharpener this last year at Salt Lake City, and there was a like crazy drunk dude who was like walking up to everyone. He was just like, "If you win it, I'm gonna get you, and I'm gonna find you and hunt you down." And I was just like, "Okay, this is the only time in this entire show that anyone has done anything stupid." And he was just this big drunk dude who was like, "I'm gonna hunt you down and get this for you." And then like the first name, you had to be present. The first name they called was like Krista. And no one said anything. He goes, "Well, I'm Krista." And they were like, "Can we see your ID?" And he was like, "You didn't check Sean's ID. You want to see if I'm Krista? I'll pull my pants down and show you I'm Krista." And I was just like, somebody needs to get this dude out of here because this is going to get real bad real fast.
No, Marcel, definitely not. I am not a Bali person at all. I do not have the hand dexterity for that shit.
I got a trainer just because they look cool, and I learned how to do like the basic open, and then 30 seconds later I forgot how to do it.
Yeah. I've tried. I don't have the dexterity for it, but I got myself it's a Baron Sons chisel ground tanto for like super cheap, and it's dull as hell. It's a good thing it's dull, but I just can't do anything with it.
See, I'm much more into like flipping, spinning karambits or like ring picals. Like that's more my jam,
Yeah. It amazes me how expensive the volleys are. I mean, there's volleys that are going like just the average basic volley is like $600, and I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
Like I went to Squid and I was like, "Oh, this would be cool to pick one up just to have in my collection," and they were like, "Oh, it's $600." I was like, I was thinking like 50, maybe 100, and they were like, "Nope, 600," and I was like, "Yeah, nope, I'm not gonna have that in my collection."
I found out why, by the way, like a while ago. What differentiates the Balis and like makes them so expensive is their machining tolerances are tighter than any other company in the industry. So that's like crazy. Yeah, so you're talking like those little fine handles and like the pivots, they're like within like 1/10,000th of an inch, like tolerances. They're crazy how precision they make them. So the machine time goes through the roof, So that's apparently why they're so expensive,
But yeah, it is. I mean, it is cool to watch them, though. I mean, I joke and call them the Bali dorks, but
they are Bali dorks, though.
Yeah, I mean, they are, and I say dork with all due respect.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll never forget. I got in one of my walkabouts at Blade Show West. I was walking along the back wall there, You're just walking past them and you see they're all sitting down and, playing. And I was kind of like, all right, you show me your best trick. And this kid was just, he's like, I just invented this one last night. And he just went on and on and on and on and on. It was just like so stoked to do it. And then when I was done, I was like, oh, I might need your parents' consent to show you in one of my, like, it's totally fine. And I was like, oh, because the kid was like, like 13 years old. His mom was like, you just made his day, which, and then it makes it even funnier because they're all like super young kids. And then you see like the older adult dudes.
Yeah.
What's up, guy? It is interesting when you see the group of like kids and then you see the one or two adults who are like, yeah, I've been doing this for 15 years. I'm like, really? You didn't find anything else in 15 years? Nothing else looked interesting. You're like the 40-year-old dude who's still playing with his yo-yo. Like, want to watch me walk the dog?
You're like the Pontiac cast. Just different. We don't get it.
It's pretty good.
Any night, drink water. Mm-hmm. Drink your 10 H2O.
Hey, the teacher walked into class after telling the kids the day before what the chemical formula of water was. And she asked for someone to jump up and said, hey, can someone come up and write the chemical formula of water on the board? Kid raised his hand. He walks up there and he goes, HIJKLMNO. And the teacher goes, what are you talking about? And he goes, you said it was H to O. It's my dad joke. HIJKLMNO.
It is that breakdancing. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, the breakdancing's so much cooler.
Yo-yo tricks are hard. You are correct, didn't I? I actually had a dude at my high school who competed in the World Yo-Yo Championship.
And I know yo dude too.
I was so impressed and insane. My 3-year-old just bought a yo-yo the other day, and I was like, "Hey, let me show you how to make it sleep. Let me show you how to I can like rock the cradle and I can like walk the dog, and that's it." And he thought I was the coolest thing ever. And I was just like, yeah, I'm pretty cool. I told my wife, I was like, I'm going to get a real nice yo-yo and get good at this. And I found one online for like $80. And she was like, no.
$80 yo-yo?
I wanted it. I was like, I'm going to buy an $80 yo-yo. She thought I was stupid.
Dude, I was that guy at not that level, but I was that guy in high school that like, I was so ADD. I started bringing my yo-yo to school, and I would like walk the hallways, walk the dog as I was going and stuff like that. And the teachers were like, "You can't bring that. That's a weapon." I'm like, "Have you seen me? I can kick people's ass without this. Like I'm just trying to have fun, you know." Like, Jesus.
Palmer, I would assume yes. There's probably a titanium.
There's gotta be. 100%.
There's got to be a titanium yo-yo out there.
Because there's people like Lefty EDC everywhere. And I promise you, I bet you Lefty is the type of dude that isn't into yo-yos. But if they came out with a titanium yo-yo that had zirconium accents on it, you'd be like, $480? I mean, it's a custom yo-yo. Guys.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Timascus yo-yo with tricks for Lefty.
Dude, yeah, there is definitely. Oh man, there was a super. That reminds me of this. Yeah, the Commander. Have you guys ever seen the Commander fidget grenade?
No. I don't do fidgets. I got a spinner for a while just because I was like, okay, this is fun. And then after a day, I was like, I'm done with this thing.
Dude, when you mention the titanium Zerk, all this stuff, this is the one fidget that I really want, but I will never buy because I'm not gonna spend $400 on a fidget.
I'm not surprised if you found one. I'm not surprised.
No, you realize how much titanium has to go into that, though?
Yeah. So this is the commander. It's basically this giant fidget grenade kind of thing. And they do like ultra premium versions of it with like Zerk and like these big portions all in like Timascus. Like you can easily spend, like $1,000 on something like
easily spend. I can't easily spend.
Oh no, I can't, which is why I don't own one. But yeah, dude, like let me see if I can
Jack Wolf Zerkutai yo.
Oh, they don't even have a price list, but yeah, this thing is expensive, man. Expensive.
Zerk Commander Grenade.
Yeah. With an extra top and copper. Like stupid money. Stupid money.
I've given Kevin so much shit over the years about his fidgets. For Christmas, he sent me one of his, and he even got Lancelot Leather to do a custom slip for it. Sent me one of his crazy fidget coin things that's got all the clickety clackety things, and I appreciated that he did that, but I was like, still, But my daughter loves it though, so she carries it.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that he went the extra mile to get Lancelot Leather to make you a slip for it.
Yeah, he had Joe make me a slip for it.
That's awesome.
Joe made a slip for it.
Dude.
That's why I have that video out there of me presenting Kevin with the coolest fidget spinner, and it's what his daughter still plays with. I mocked him so hard, I got one of like a plastic octopus spinner. Amazon.
I remember that.
And as I'm interviewing him at Blade Show West, I'm like, oh, show me what's up with your fidget spinners. He didn't know I was going to do it. And he pulls out all like his case of fidget spinners, and he showed me all these, and I'm like, that's all fine and dandy, but check this one out. It's just a plastic octopus that has different faces on it.
Yeah. But guess what? You win today. That's pretty good.
It's funny. His kid still plays with it, though. That's what's funny.
This is awesome, man.
I stole his idea. He was saying the other day with his kid that every time they go to the store, they buy like a $3 to $5 like stuffed animal toy, and they just keep them in the closet for when their kid has like does something good, or when it's like, hey, we need to do like a little thing. So every time I go to the store, I buy like little Hot Wheels, and my son has tons of Hot Wheels. It's like this morning I left for work, and it was going to be tough leaving for work. He was going to throw a fit, so I was like, hey, you want a new car? Yeah, cool. Here's a new car. Okay, Dad's going to see you after work. And he's like, all right, I'll see you later. Bye. He was totally great. And so now I just give him a Hot Wheel when I leave for work. It's like $1.25, and then we don't have to have a fit for an hour. I was like, I'm okay with that.
Nice. That's smart. I'm going to remember that if I ever have kids, man.
Yeah. I was like, that's genius.
Dude, speaking of Lefty got my first knife purchase of the year, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I picked up a Growler V2.
Did you?
Yeah. I've been wanting one since Blade Show last year, and I missed the draw. And it's the only design from them that I like. So I'm like, okay.
Which one did you get?
Right. I got the all black one, and then I got a hardware kit that was stainless. So I'm gonna do a black and stainless setup. Yeah,
nice.
Because all black's a little too much for me. Mm-hmm.
Give that dude credit, man. Him and Colin, Devo's killing it, dude.
Yeah.
The first time the Growler V2 came in, they sold out in like 11 minutes, and then this second batch sold out in like an hour or two or something like that. Like it was also so fast, and almost every knife they have sells out same day it drops. Like they've stopped doing pre-orders, which is awesome, and most of their knives are selling out same day. I still don't. I bought a Stout V2, but I bought it when we were in our transition, so I put my mom's address, and then it got shipped to my mom's house, and then they went on vacation, and she's like, I'll mail it to you when I get back, and I was like, no, send it to me now.
They are really smart because I'm going to take a page out of their book. I think for my next knife, I'm kind of on the fence, but they realize that price range that they usually go for, the more affordable range, is a really, really good territory. When you start getting into that 200-300 range, it's kind of like a barren desert. You've either got to go above 300 and get into like the ultra premium, kind of like Vero, or you've got to bring your price down below 200. You know, it's kind of an odd space.
I think if you can do so, like there's even some of like Casey with Tempest, some of the knives that they've done too, that like 1 to 160 range is perfect for a lot of people. If you do 154 cm, 14C28, and you're probably gonna be closer to 160 to 180 if you do like titanium and 154 or something. But people are gonna want to buy it because it's titanium and it's less than $200. And so you're going to get people, especially if you've got a good design on it. And so I've been talking it over about trying to find, I was actually going to reach out to Luke here when I have free time and just see how his whole process with Kubi, because he had Kubi make the Clydesdale, correct?
Yeah.
I think he had Kubi make the Clydesdale. Yeah. I was going to see how his process with Kubi went and see if what he thought, because I was just like, man, I just need to save up for a couple months and then just pull the trigger and get 300 knives myself and then just put them on a website, put them on the round table, pay to be part of the round table, and put them on the round table.
Don't buy them yourself because the barrier to entry for that is really high. Pre-order it. I mean, like if you're in that $100 to $200 price range, people are still willing to pre-order, right? Yeah. The good thing about Kubi, and I have plenty of critiques of them as a licensing partner, but the good thing that they do as an OEM partner is they're very quick to turn around their pre-orders, you know? So you're not going to end up waiting 8+ months for that pre-order product, you know? So, and clearly, like with Tempest, I know Devo has used them in the past as well. Like the quality has been pretty damn good, you know? So, yeah, like I'll be honest, even me, I'm thinking about using them for OEMing my more affordable range, you know, because I know their quality. I've got to check their pricing versus, let's say, Kaiser, you know, but their turnaround time is game changing, you know, in terms of like, you know, an affordable knife and quick turnaround times.
Yeah.
You know? So
I've always been pretty impressed with Kubi.
Yeah,
I think they do good stuff. The other company that I was looking at is Concept. Concept's been making a lot of really good knives recently. I don't personally like a lot of Concept's designs.
Same.
Aesthetically. Yeah. I think they make a really good knife, but a lot of their design, I know a lot of people like the Corvid. I don't like the like meat cleaver look to it, and they've got some others that I'm like, damn, that's a really, really well made knife. But I just won't have it in I'll probably never have it in my collection because I don't like the aesthetics of it. But they make a really good knife. Yeah, so that's what I've been looking at. Like, okay, well, I'm wondering what Concept's turnaround would be, but also what their pricing is mainly. And,
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to shop around at all. Like I'm shopping around right now with Riot, for example, to do an ultra premium, and I was actually really shocked at their pricing. Like it was much more affordable than I expected.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a range, and yeah, like turnaround time and cost are the two big factors, and material / steel selection, because
Yeah.
that's the one thing. And even talking with the dude from Smoky Mountain Knife Works, he told me very clearly, he's like, we get 2 requests whenever people come in to buy knives, and he's got the whole retail store as a closed loop sort of feedback mechanism, right? Number 1, how long will the knife stay sharp? Number 2, so edge retention. Number 2, will it rust? Those are the 2 questions they get asked most. So most people want whatever is the best steel that they can get that will not dull easily, because nobody wants to resharpen a knife. And then the other thing is they don't want it to rust, like, ever.
If you can balance those with a good value, I mean, that's why I like Migron. A lot of the Migron knives have a really good 154 cm or 14C for like $40 to $60. It's amazing. And then M390 for the premium, and they're under 150 typically, like 150 to 180. Like if you can balance those with a really good price, that would be awesome.
Yeah, dude. Like, cool. If you could do a M390 knife as a liner lock with like micarta handles or G10, right? And price it in that like price range and still make enough profit to like build your business, dude, that's the game changer, like that's even what I'm looking at. Like if I could come up with a good, attractive design I can put that kind of mix in, because like the thing is, if you look at like Vero, he does that, but dude, all of his like liner micarta knives are still around $300,
which is ridiculous. When I was looking at some of the knives when we were at Salt Lake City, and I saw that, I was like, man, I get it, people are gonna pay for it, but like, knowing when I started looking and shopping around, like, hey, can you make a prototype? Can you do this? Can you do this? Knowing what some of those knives are coming in at, like what you're paying for it, the markup on some of those is ridiculous. And I'm like, everyone's got their point. Everyone's trying to make a business and make a profit and whatnot. But like at some point, it's too much for me to where I'm like, I don't want to pay that.
And that's also why dudes like that can't stand the fact that everybody now wants to start designing their own knife, because it's like the curtain's already been peeled back, right? And so it's pretty much out there. And then you do got guys, especially like Kevin, who's transparent about everything,
Kevin, he was on like a live a while ago, and he was like, oh, this is how much it cost me to make this prototype. This is how much it cost me to make this prototype. And he was like just listing off all these. He's like, these are the people I've worked with. These are their prices. And I was like, he's telling everyone right here how much their markup is.
And I'm sure you got guys like Joseph Vero and John Russ from E&P EDC going, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah. Well, I feel though that if you communicated, like, okay, everybody wants people to make like no profit, to like drop the end cost, right? But like, I'll tell everybody in this live, like, I don't make even 200% on my markup. I think on the Purple Haze, I make 100% on it. Like, that's it. And that also taking into consideration that my spare parts kit costs $30, and I'm not making profit on that. That's pure like loss on the price for me, right? So like, for me, that's making even 100% profit. That's not how you build a business, right? You need to be able to make 300% profit. And the reason why is, let's say I sell, I have 300 knives on order. It means like my pre-order minimum that I have to hit is only 100, versus if I make 100%, I need to sell out at least 150 knives. Right. Selling 150 knives as a small brand is very difficult, actually, right? Because like, if you look at your Instagram engagement, for example, like your followers, 1% of those people, between 1 and 10% are going to be your customer base. So I have 1,900 followers. That means at most I'm lucky if I get 190 customers. I didn't get 190 customers, right? Like I can tell you that straight up, right? So
I think that's the balance, though, is the more you make, the lower the price can come down and the greater your profit. But that means you need to sell more knives in order to have a larger profit, which is why, like you were saying earlier, if you hit that insane price point of 500 plus, you can make less knives and still make money, because the knife you made probably cost between $200 to $300 to make, and you're selling it for $600 to $800. And so you've got the 200 to 300% built in, but people are expecting that with the materials that you put into it and everything. Yeah. If you're making 100 to 300 knives and selling half of them, your knife cost anywhere from, depending on what materials you put into it. Say you did 14C and G10, your knife probably cost with 14C and G10, between whatever company you're working at, $40 and $80 to make. If you did between 100 and 300 of them, if you did between 100 and 300 of them, and if it costs 80, you're selling it for 140, and you're like, okay, I have to sell 2 in order to make 3, to pay for 3, which doesn't build a company. Like it just will not. And people aren't going to pay for 14C and G10. They're not going to pay a 200 to 300% increase. So you have to upfront buy like 600 to bring that price down to like 25 to $30 to sell it for the same cost. But then you're sitting on so many more knives, and it's definitely a battle. But
like I can tell you, I know, for example, for a fact that Vero, Arcane, like all of those guys. Real quick, Be Shady, shoot me a DM on Instagram, because I'm going to be pulling out some knives tomorrow. So,
the Mangana steel, though, right? Not your personal one.
What's up? Yes.
Reef never answered me. I was like, he's got 2 accounts.
Yeah, my Mangana Steel account. Yeah, but so I can tell you, for example, like I know for a fact, Vero and Arcane, for example, and EMP are all, their order numbers are at least in the 800 range when they order from the OEMs, right? So a knife for them that may cost, for example, me and work knife, like $115, $120, $125 to manufacture, their price is going down because of the volume, right? So let's say the Vero Impulse, right, is $100. He's selling that thing for $360 in M390, So he's getting his 300%, which I'm not faulting him for. My problem is when he does like an Axon that's a liner lock in micarta with the M390, guaranteed he's not paying more than like 60, 70 for that knife, and he's selling it for 325.
You get to a point where like you said, to build the company with the 250 to 300% uptick is good. If you can sell one knife and it pays for 2.5, that's amazing. But when you're selling one knife and it pays for 7 or 8 knives, that's too much, in my opinion. Like, there's gonna be people who do it, but also like that's if you can, then you can. And if it's some, yeah,
right. Won't hit the game. Yeah. At the end of the day, right? Like, truth be told, like for those of you guys also who don't know like business stuff, right, in the chat, like fashion industry is at least 1,000% markup.
Oh my gosh! Don't even get me started on some of the clothing markups.
Yeah.
You will see shirts and the jacket I'm wearing right now it's a Patagonia jacket. I wear it because where I work, I get a great discount on clothing like this. Yeah. This jacket, the markup on this jacket is a good like 700 to 1,000% markup. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I ran a plumbing company for 15 years. I know all about, you know.
Exactly. Compared to other industries, and this is the thing, the more niche your industry is and the less commoditized your product is, the less profit margin you can make, right? Mm-hmm. So like when you have a commoditized product like a t-shirt, like a jacket, like jeans, whatever, dude, like I watched this dude from he's from the South somewhere. It's called like Superline Clothing. He goes around to like the trade shows for like the OEMs and he interviews them, and he'll literally pull off the rack of the people who make stuff for like Louis Vuitton. The shirt costs $5 per unit and they're selling it for $400, you know? So it's like, like, but that's how you build a business like Louis Vuitton.
What was that one brand? I don't think the hype is as big now. Supreme.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that stuff. That was all.
It's all hype.
Ultra cheap stuff that they were selling at like 2,000%.
Yeah. Dude, I went to a store. They had a fucking brick, a fucking like for your house brick stamped with Supreme. It was $400.
Yeah.
They sold people bricks. They sold people fucking crowbars. They sold them dog bowls.
But that's just the brand. Once you build the brand, then people will follow it because of what it is. Like that.
I want to know that secret.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, we hit the 2-hour mark, and I want to say thank you to both Stevie and Sharif for jumping on. This was just an absolute random. I texted Stevie earlier. I was like, I think I might do something later. I'm not sure. And so decided to jump on. So thank you, both of you, for jumping on and joining me. It's a lot easier to go 2 hours when you have other people to talk to and do this. So appreciate the support. Thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes. And Crispy, thank you for the naked group hugs. It's a great way to end it.
Always a pleasure, Crispy.
All right,
everybody.
All right. See ya.